Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Bala, chapter number 61, Ambarisha. The recital begins now. Visvamitra saw them depart, the holy sages, and addressed himself to the dwellers of the forest. The southern quarter where now we are is not favorable to our purpose. Let us proceed to the west and continue our tapasya there, for a mighty check has been placed upon us here. The forests of Pushkara will, I am sure, prove more congenial to our quest, for as a holy spot it has no equal. So he repaired to the groves of Pushkara and resumed his severe austerities, supporting himself solely upon fruits and roots. It was about this time that Ambarisha, the ruler of Ayodhya, set about to perform a grand sacrificial rite, during which Indra made way with the consecrated horse. The high priest turned to the king and said, "Lost is the consecrated animal, and all through your carelessness. Heedless acts such as these never fail to bring ruin on the head of the ruler who fails to protect his charge. But the mistake can be repaired if you can bring back the animal or a man to take its place. Delay not, but see that you do it before the sacrifice is over." With a heavy heart did Ambarisha seek far and wide and offer thousands of kine to anyone who would give him a man to sacrifice. Towns and cities, hamlets and groves, forests and peaceful hermitages and distant lands, he omitted none. But vain was his quest until at last he came to Brigutunda, where lived in his calm retreat Richika with his wife and sons. Him the royal sage approached, of boundless glory and reverence paid, proffered his request to the pleased Maharishi, radiant in the might of his tapas. "Hail to thee, O Holy One! Is it well with thee and thy peaceful round of religious duties? Come hither have I to beg of you one of your sons for a sacrificial offering. Thousands of kine shall be thine if thou but fulfill my purpose and bring peace to my tortured heart. Far have I roamed and humbly sought for anyone who would consent to furnish me with a sacrificial victim, and my last hope rests in thee. Take whatever price thou wilt, but give me one of thy sons." And to him replied the sage of radiant presence, "Never shall I part with my firstborn, no, not for any consideration." Then spoke to the king the mother of the boys, "My lord of the line of Brigu has passed his word that the eldest son of his loins shall never be sold to another, but ruler of countless millions. Dearer unto me is my youngest, Shunaka, so named. Him shall I never consent to give away, for know you not that a father's hopes are ever centered in his eldest boy, while the youngest born twines himself around the heart of her that gave him birth? Now do you blame me for standing between death and him whom I have best?" Sunhasheppa, the midmost of the three, listened to the words of his parents, and with a firm heart said to the king, "He that came unto the world before me is dear unto my saintly father, and he who saw the light after me is no less so unto my mother. Sold they shall not be, my parents would have it so. Then it goes without saying that he who remains is welcome to be taken by thee. Lead me, O king, where thou wilt." Sunhasheppa, of matchless wisdom, having thus sold himself into the king, Ambarisha, his heart dancing with joy, loaded the sage with rich gifts and costly silver and gold, gems and precious stones of countless value, and hundreds and thousands of cattle. He took respectful leave of the saintly pair, and placing the hard-won Sunhasheppa on his royal car, wended his way back to where stands the lordly Ayodhya. Mangalam Koshalendraya Mahaniya Gunapti Chakravarti Dhanurjaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam.